So here's the truth. Traditional business plans are really not made for small businesses. They're made for large Fortune 500 companies, and a lot of them feel very impractical. Sometimes I'll be looking at a business plan. It has an executive summary and all these financial goals and numbers and everything. And when I look at them, I'm not going to lie, it makes my head start to hurt. And this is one of the reasons I wanted to share my one-page business plan that I use to not only help me strategize and plan, but also to grow my business year after year. And I'm going to share with you my one-page template and exactly how I get there, because the goal of this is to not confuse you and make your life more difficult. What I want to do is to simplify and streamline the process of getting your business plan up. Not that you should be going on without one, but just how to build that business plan that is simple and easy to understand and will help you to set effective goals. So let's get started. Now, my face is going to go away from the screen because I'm actually going to be drawing this out for you. I like to call this my napkin business plan, and I'm going to put it into four sections so you can see. You could actually write this on a napkin if you write really small, actually. Okay, I'm kidding. Let's get going. I'm going to put this into four sections, like watch me draw these quadrants, and we're going to do them section by section where I'm going to talk about exactly what you need to have included in each and give you some examples using my own business. So one of the reasons I find that traditional business plans tend to not work for us, not work for small businesses, is that they have multiple pages. They're like these 50-page documents that, unless you're pitching to investors, seems very impractical, right? Business plans that are usually made to impress, they don't feel like a document that you can use, and what you really need is a clear plan of action that keeps you focused, right? So that's why I'm going to do this napkin style business plan for you, because I want you to shift your mindset. You're not running a Fortune 500 company yet, but you will need a plan that fits in your back pocket for where you are in your business right now and to help you get clients. So here's the first section. The first section, the first quadrant, is going to be your missions and your values. And the purpose here is that you are supposed to be clarifying why you do what you do and what guides your decisions. So here are some guiding principles for you. What problems are you solving? And I'm going to be writing mine down so you can see it on the screen. And what kind of business do you want to build? What are some of the values that are non-negotiable to you? So it could be, for example, maybe community or freedom or creativity or honesty, throwing out adjectives here. But for example, it could just be maybe you help overwhelmed couples turn their biggest event, their biggest life event, into a warm celebration, something that doesn't feel like panic filled and anxiety filled, trying to manage their friends, their guests, the vendors, all of that, right? I can tell you, for me, the problem that I solve in my business is marketing. I help you to get leads. I help you to get clients. And I do that all through organic marketing. And the kind of business I want to build is one that gives me and my clients freedom. Because while my business is bringing in income, yes, for myself, it should be doing the same for my clients. That's the point of marketing your business. And a huge part of my business for me is in transparency. When I work with clients, this is a heavy focus for me, because I know a lot of the area that I focus on in marketing touches on, say, SEO, and there's so many scam companies out there, and I don't believe in that, right? One is that I'm one of the few women in my area, in my industry, doing SEO, and one of the things I can say is I don't believe in the scammy companies that you get from overseas who tell you they're going to get you a jump in traffic. You see that jump, it's all bots. You don't know how they got there. My clients can tell you at any time what I'm working on in their business. You saw a jump in your traffic yesterday? Yes. It's because I just did something on Pinterest and it push more traffic to your site. You saw a jump in your leads this week? Yes. It's because we wrote a blog post that just got tagged in Google and is showing up at the top of the search, right? All of that is very transparent. But you can state that. What is it that you're doing and who are you helping? So let's write that out. The second piece that you want to look at are your services and your offers. Okay. So here you want to define what you're actually selling. If you're starting a business, I'm assuming that you're selling something, whether it's a product or a service, but what is it? What are you offering people? Here, I want you to list 1 to 3 main services or offers. Do not go beyond that. Do not include every single idea that you've ever had. I want you to include 1 to 3. Max it at that, because we don't want our clients to have decision fatigue. Then I want you to include a note on how each of these offers will help your client to solve a problem, right? And then I want you to include a price range as well as a delivery method. Okay, so the delivery could be done for you, or you work with the client, or maybe it's you're doing it in a consulting capacity. Maybe they just hire you for the day of coordination or full coordination, whatever that is for your business. So I'll give you some examples using my business. So for my business, I offer 3 services. The first is a done for you marketing service, and this is where it's a one-time, I like to call it my done for you. This is the clinic, and this is where I just come into your business, look at all the missing pieces that you have that could be impacting your organic traffic and leads, and we just fix them. We just fix them all and then give you a blueprint of what you can continue to do every month to keep that in place and to maintain it. The third thing I offer is a done-for-you monthly marketing management. And this is for my clients who, I have clients who are just like, Jody, no, I ain't doing this, right? I have a business to run. I am not going to learn marketing. You can manage my marketing every month, and I'm okay with that. And those clients, we manage their marketing every month. So unlike the clinic, we come in monthly, and we're doing everything on their account related to marketing. So we're doing their blogs, we're managing their Pinterest, we're managing their YouTube, we're managing their website, we're managing their Google business profile, we're managing all their organic channels to ensure that they're showing up in searches and getting leads continuously. The third piece that I offer are a la carte options. So for those clients, there's some clients where not every piece of their business needs to be fixed, or not every piece of their business needs something. They might be managing quite well with marketing their business, but maybe they want to do more blogs and they don't have the time for that. Then they just outsource the blog piece. So they might contract us one-off for a blog or 2 here or there, or to just do the blogging for them on a monthly basis, right? So those are the 3 options. Make sure it's clear. And I have set prices for these outlined in my investment packages. So make sure that it's clear for your business. Because if you can't clearly explain what you sell, your clients won't be able to tell either. And then before you know it, you have no clients, right? So let's jump into number 3. So here is, we're going to look at your target clients, right? Who exactly are you trying to help? Who is that person? Now, I'm going to offer a different perspective on this one, but I'll dive into it in a little bit. Here's why. Here, I want you to describe your ideal clients in 1 or 2 sentences. Who is that person, right? Feel free to include demographics, psychographics, so not just age, but also maybe mindset and values and pain points, right? What are they struggling with before they find you? What is the problem that you're going to end up solving, like, for that person, right? So what are they struggling with? So one example could be, and I always throw myself in as an example, it could be that I help busy wedding professionals who are amazing at their craft, amazing at what they do, but they're terrible at marketing, right? And they want consistent leads, but they don't have the time to figure out SEO and content strategy and all of it. And that's where I come in. So that is my target client. You ideally here, you don't want to be speaking to everyone, because if you're speaking to everyone, you end up attracting no one. Now, here's the alternate perspective I want to offer here, is that this does not necessarily need to be a person dependent on your business, right? So let's say I am a therapist. I might not say I want to target busy wedding professionals or only female clients, because my range might be wider. Instead, you can take it from the product or service side, where you can niche or be specific on the service. This is where you say something like, I only want to service moms who have had birth trauma and need therapy. This is a very random example, but that's where you take it from the other side. But as long as it's made in the niche of just being clear and not speaking to the entire ocean of people, then you will be able to identify who you should be marketing to. And the last, but certainly not least, piece we're going to look at is the financial. So finance goals and what you want to focus on. This is so important, guys. Here, you want to know what you're working towards, right? Because ultimately, you're starting a business because you enjoy it, because you enjoy providing the service, because you're good at it. But ultimately, it's also so that you can sustain yourself by making an income. So what is your revenue goal? What's your revenue goal for the next 12 months? What are your profit goals, right? So yes, you might want to make 100K because everyone talks about, I want to make 6 figures. Let's say 100K. But what's your profit goal? Making 100K in revenue doesn't equal 100K in profit. What would you like to make in profit? Would you like to make 100K in profit, in which case your revenue goal needs to be higher? Or do you want to make 100K in revenue, in which your profit goal needs to be higher, right? And how many clients do you need at your current price to reach that goal? So if you are selling packages for $1,000 and you want to make $100,000, how many clients do you need to book to get to that goal? And are your prices and offers aligned with that number? So if you need, let's say you're charging $1,000 and you need to get to 100,000, but you know you can't serve the amount of clients that you need to do to get to that goal. Are those prices and offers aligned with the number? If they're not, then you might want to go back to the drawing board and rethink this. So here's an example. I'll give you an example using some concrete numbers. So if your revenue goal is 60K and your offer is, say, $500 a month, you need 10 clients every month to hit 5K to get to that 60K revenue goal. Is that possible? Is that doable? Right? Because here's the thing about financial goals and profit and revenue. If you don't have a goal in place for this, then you really don't have a plan. And then it's more or less just a dream at this point. You do need to plan out your financial goals. And the point of this part is just to keep your business grounded in math, not magic. I like to say that, right? Pricing is math, not magic, but same for your financial goals. So that way it gives you something to work towards and you can be realistic about the number of clients you need to work with or what you're charging and if that's something you can still make a profit from. I hope you found that as helpful as I did. If you're currently in the process of getting your business plan or even just thinking about setting up your business plan, the thing about it is you do not need a 50-page corporate sounding business plan to help you structure your business. Something as simple as that one pager is good enough to get you started, as long as it clearly outlines exactly what your goal is for the business. Now, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to drop them below this video. You can also book a strategy call with me if you would like more one-on-one personal questions answered more specifically about your business. So thank you again for watching and don't forget to hit that subscribe button.